Hey everyone, welcome to It's Just Food. I'm Paul G, and today I'm going to be showing you how to cut a shallot. We're going to go from this to this. If you're not familiar with a shallot, it's this beautiful little vegetable related to the onion. It's sweeter, more mild, less pungent, pairs very, very nicely with garlic, and it's used for a lot more things than you probably know. I think most frequently it's used when you're sauteing vegetables or in side dishes. As I mentioned, it pairs very nicely with garlic, so you'll add some chopped garlic, some chopped shallot to things. You can also rough chop it and cook it in sauces if you're making something like a beurre blanc, and then you'll end up straining the shallot out. But you just get some really nice undertones with the flavors. You can also slice it and fry it, and those would be some of the garnishes you could use for something like a green bean casserole. So let's get right into this. Make sure your knife is very sharp. You can use the chef knife, but I do recommend something with a thinner blade. So I like to use either a paring knife or a utility knife. If your knife's not sharp, just like when you cut onions, they emit a gas and it will make you cry and tear up. So first things first, with the shallot, you'll have one side with the roots, and then the other side kind of comes to a point. So we're going to leave the side with the roots on, and we'll start by slicing the end off opposite of the root. So go ahead and slice straight through. And as soon as you do that, you'll notice there's actually two shallots. So go ahead and peel them apart. That's actually very common for a shallot. And now what you'll want to do is take a little bit off the bottom just to make sure that your shallot is flat and it's not going to roll around on you when you're cutting. See? Nice and flat. Now go ahead and peel that outer skin off. If you need to take maybe one layer just to get all the skin off, that's fine. You can do that. So first, you'll want to slice horizontally, and you'll go all the way to the back of the roots without going completely through. You want to keep it intact. That'll help hold it in place and hold it together. And once you make all your horizontal cuts, now you're going to go vertical. And you're going to go all the way back, keeping it together. And if it does start to fall apart on you a little bit like this, just use your thumb and hold the other end. And then just go ahead and slice through as small as possible. And there you go. You are dicing a shallot. Now you're not always going to be able to cut the entire thing. Sometimes when you get towards the end, it kind of falls apart like that. So just do your best. So I'm going to show you guys again. First, we're going to go horizontal, the slight downward angle towards the roots. If you have to work your knife in there a little bit like you see me doing, that's totally okay. Next, we're going to slice vertically. A few pieces are falling out, that's okay. You can always put them back together and just kind of tighten up the shape of the shallot. And then next, we are just going to slice across, and you'll see we have our small dice. If you get any big pieces, just pull them out, put them aside. So one last time, we are going to start slicing horizontally, slight downward angle towards the roots. Just go ahead and work your knife through. Then we're going to turn and slice vertically as close as you can together. The smaller, the better, meaning the tighter slices, the better. It's coming apart a little bit, so I'm using my finger and thumb to hold it in place. And then just go ahead and slice down, creating that small dice. And there you go. That's how to small dice a shallot. All right, so now you've chopped your shallot. Go ahead and add that to your bowl. And if you have a bench scrape, use that It's just a great tool to have. If you use your knife, just be careful so you don't dull your knife. The ends, usually you're left with a little bit of scraps. I throw those out. If you want to save them for a soup or sauce later on, you can definitely do that. And there you have it. That's how to finely dice a shallot. Next time you're in the store and you see a shallot, make sure to grab one and add it to one of your upcoming dishes. I'm sure anyone you're cooking for will be pleasantly surprised. And stay tuned for my next video. I'm going to be showing you how to make an amazing Brussels sprout dish, and we are definitely going to use some shallot.